All right, and Mr. Chairman, we are up on YouTube, so whenever you're ready. And you're on mute.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Keeping me straight. Chair, entertain a motion to come out of executive session.
So moved. Second.
Probably moved and seconded. Any discussion? All in favor of coming out of executive session, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. We just need to inform everybody that we went into executive session to receive advice from our legal counsel, and no action was taken in executive session. Any comments? Any final? Okay, Councilmember Pell. And then
just a real quick one. I just wanted to share with the committee that I received a phone call from the president of the South Windermere Shopping Center Merchants Association. This was following Tropical Storm Adalia and the big tide that we had. And they were thrilled to report that despite the record high tide and the storm surge and the flooding that we saw downtown and elsewhere, that really, really difficult spot over by the West Ashley Library over there in South Windermere, they were shocked by how little water was up there and how no water got anywhere near businesses. And this is coming on the heels of that major hydro excavation project we did over the outfall over there. And it sure seems like a promising sign in development that some progress is being made over in that area, which I believe is the lowest point in West Ashley. So just wanted to give a shout out to Matt, his team, this committee for funding that project. And, it's just a small example of some of the progress we're making around the city on these issues.
I agree. That's big progress. Councilman Shahid.
Thank you. And Matt, at the next committee meeting, can you give an update on the project we just completed across on Charlestown Estates? I think that's Charlestown Estates 2. And with Councilmember Pell just referencing with the lack of flooding, if you can give us an update of what happened over there and how that project has alleviated those flooding areas that we've traditionally had, and maybe also give an update with our partners on CWS with the work that they have completed on the not stormwater, but sewage as well. I mean, it was a joint effort, but I just think an update on that would be beneficial for our community to know how that small project, well, that was a small project, but how that project has benefited the community. And the other item, Mr. Chairman, if we could put on for the agenda for next meeting is a very similar issue what we heard here on Holton Place. It's called Lake Sandhurst. And I've been dealing with the folks over in Sandhurst neighborhood. And there's a community with about 30 or 33 houses that border on a lake. And there's some issues with that with the fill that has occurred. And that as well. Matt and Julia have been very much involved in that process, but we may just want to have that as an item for discussion at our next meeting.
All right, good. Actually, I got one item to be, or a couple of items to be added. Mr. Fountain, right on Ashley Hall Road, the city is, I believe, Mr. Mayor, you may be familiar with this too. We bought a piece of property. I thought the beach company gave us a kind of little peninsula that stuck out with water on both sides of it. Do we now own that property, or are we still in the process of acquiring it?
I think we've accepted ownership of it. I think
right.
The title has been passed.
All right, great. Well, there's a sensitive drainage area where there used to be I'm gonna say a gate, but basically a dike that was taken out that may be able to, I don't know whether we can dredge it or anything like that, but just as we lower the water for Colonial Lake, we may be able to do something like that on that lake. We don't have a name for it, but Mr. Fountain, if you can have some information on that, I'd be appreciative because I've been getting some questions on that. So I think that could potentially help some areas off of Wallenberg that floods coming in from 61. But anyway, I'll talk to Mr. Fountain in detail about that.
Is there or was there some kind of gate?
It used to be, yeah. It used to be when you believe it or not, it used to be a saltwater side, or almost a brackish side, which is closer to the apartments.
Right.
And then on the opposite side, it was freshwater. As a kid, I used to go there, junior high school, we used to go and sneak through the woods and fish in those areas. And then eventually they were connected when we did a drainage project where the water comes off of 61
Right.
down Wallenberg and enters right by South Point into a pipe into this area.
Right.
But that area has kind of silted in over time.
Right.
It sure would have been nice if we knew to kind of lower the water levels in there. Now, they didn't flood during the last storm event, but they have flooded in previous storm events.
Yeah, and it
we
even
were-
pushed up on the other side of Wallenberg, from what I remember. When
Correct.
We had some really bad storms.
That's right. So I think we may be able to employ some preemptive stormwater measures like we do around town, particularly in this area right here. But anyway,
Yeah,
Mr.
that's
Butler,
worth
if you
looking
put that on.
into. Absolutely.
Definitely. But okay. Any last input? All in by acclamation, we stand adjourned. Thank you.